people would leave Lambert Automotive right there and take this exact path. During the summer, when we do live shots out here, you can see the Salt Lake Valley for miles. Jaws dropping because they can't believe this. Tonight, they came here to say goodbye to 2 of the 6 trapped miners. Look at this. Somebody who went skiing today, they're in for a big surprise. Just over there, that's where the fires started. Look at that building. Almost 16 units destroyed. Talk about a contrast with a Comcast cable running through the middle of it. This is the best we've seen Interstate 15 in the last couple of hours. I tell you, you can't come here without being moved by some of the things people have left in memory of the victims. Nothing. Absolutely desolate.
It's very warm.
Let me feel. Wow.
It's really warm.
Move over. The Mountain View Golf Course in West Jordan. Kerry Kinsey, ABC 4 News. Randall?
I don't buy it, Kerry.
A UHP helicopter searches an area near the top of Mount Olympus. Almost 9,000 feet up there, 2 hikers are stuck.
They're in a precarious position and they're unable to go up or down.
The Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office says despite being in contact by cell phone, the 2 17-year-old boys aren't sure where they are.
Make the decision, we'll let them know what to expect.
Neighbor and veteran hiker Dean Bradshaw says he's been to the summit 15 times. He says he knows the terrain.
It is a leap. It's like, you know, that, so in places.
Just an hour and a half after those 2 hikers went missing, that chopper spots those 2 guys. Question is now, how do you get them down? Search and rescue team leader Keith Sauter was aboard the helicopter when the 2 boys were plucked from the mountain.
This was the quickest way.
Certainly the quickest and was probably the safest for the rescuers.
Tired but in good spirits, the teens talked about their 4-hour ordeal.
You think you'll do that again?
Never. I don't think I'm climbing any more mountains.
We really shouldn't have been climbing that high. Like, it's pretty stupid.
Now, one of the boys is from Salt Lake City. Get this, he told me he's actually afraid of heights. The other one is from Cary, North Carolina. That's a suburb of Raleigh. Both teens have great stories to tell their friends. Hey, what'd you do over the summer? Well, I got stuck on a mountain and I got a ride in a helicopter. Reporting live from the base of Mount Olympus, Kerry Kinsey, ABC 4 News. Susan?
Boy, they are lucky. Thank you, Kerry.
Hey, just keep bringing it around nice and slow.
It was a beautiful West Hollywood mansion. That is until rock superstar Prince got his hands on it, and now that's making a Jazz player see purple.
Williams feeding Boozer on the right block, steps away.
Reports say that Prince is renting the huge home from Jazz forward Carlos Boozer for $70,000 a month. But Boozer isn't happy with the way Prince has redecorated this palatial palace. Even the chopper pilot for an LA TV station can't believe his eyes.
Looks like something off an old Led Zeppelin album or something. Zoso.
Purple stripes, symbols, and the title of his new album, 3121, are prominent throughout the exterior of the home.
Purple rain, purple rain.
Boozer filed a lawsuit against Prince in Los Angeles Superior Court in January of this year, then dropped the suit 1 month later. Now, he doesn't even want to talk about the situation.
I wanted to ask you about the extreme makeover of your LA mansion by Prince.
Oh, no questions.
No,
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I never meant to call you when you sorrow.
Close to home in Salt Lake City, Kerry Kinsey, ABC 4 News. It's called the Select a Candidate Quiz. We set up this page on a laptop computer at the Salt Lake Roasting Company.
Yeah, okay.
Julie Jensen was our volunteer. She says she's 25 years old, from Salt Lake, and describes herself as a moderate who leans a bit toward the left.
What is your opinion on the war in Iraq?
Julie fills out several questions on timely issues, including Iraq, immigration, the death penalty, and abortion.
Do you favor or oppose legalized abortion in the United States?
Julie takes some time on this one and then says,
I oppose it, but it's not as important to me.
After she finishes the quiz, she's ready to see her results and find out who the computer thinks she should vote for. Earlier, she told us her favorite next November is probably Hillary Clinton. The computer says?
First would be Chris Dodd. I've never even heard of him.
Julie is impressed.
Maybe it knows better than I do.
Now, with Julie finishing the test, I looked high and low for somebody from the other side, if you will, a conservative, to take the quiz. Couldn't find anybody in this building, so I decided to do it.
Not based on my political opinions, but the beliefs of an acquaintance. We'll call him John Q. Conservative. On immigration?
This guy's pretty conservative. He says build a fence along the border. Very important.
And on the death penalty.
He favors it.
So, according to the computer, who is the best candidate for this particular right-wing friend of mine?
Wow. How about this? Duncan Hunter, Fred Thompson, Mitt Romney, John McCain.
Now, just to make sure this quiz was right on target, I took it yet again, but this time looking for a middle-of-the-road candidate. I want this person to have integrity and honesty, a natural leader. And look who it picked! Man, I didn't even know he was running. Excellent choice. Kerry Kinsey, ABC 4 News.
Now, he didn't tell me he was doing that. That is the first I've seen of that.
Ross and Susan, they're still looking into that. I'm at 550 North right now. Behind me, Rocky Mountain Power working feverishly to get the lights back on in this neighborhood. And what a neighborhood it is. Talk about a contrast with a Comcast cable running through the middle of it. On this side of the neighborhood, it is lit up like a Christmas tree. But on the other side of the road, dark as a dungeon. And officials say it's all because of an accident.
Parsons cement truck headed east on 550. Just hooked the top of the vehicle on a Comcast cable line.
Back live here, as you can see, Rocky Mountain Power working hard tonight to try to get that electricity back on in this neighborhood. Now, they tell us that several hundred people will be without power until about 10 or 10:30 tonight. It's past 10 o'clock so far, this side of the road with no power, but over there, as I said, lit up like a Christmas tree. In Ogden, reporting live, Kerry Kinsey, ABC 4 News. Susan?
And what a time of year, Kerry, for the power to go down when it's so hot outside.
It is really terrible. A lot of people are telling me how they had to survive tonight by just going outside, cooling off, a lot of showers, a lot of water.
Yeah, even at night it's hot. Thank you, Kerry.
2-year-old Tyler Libbert and 36-year-old Jose Tinoco. What do they have in common? They both have the same Social Security number. One issued at birth, the other purchased on the black market. Shocking news for unsuspecting parents.
I was kind of dumbfounded. I mean, just how in the world did somebody get this number?
It's not difficult. Last year, more than 9 million people in this country had their identity stolen. 1/4 of those victims were children. And according to experts in Utah, the numbers are growing.
A thief would have up to 18 years a free run with a child's credit.
From undocumented workers to those with more malicious intent, children's socials are a hot commodity, oftentimes with parents not even knowing their child's social has been stolen.
You don't really expect anything to happen with your 2-year-old.
The Libberts were lucky. They were contacted after Tinoco applied for a loan where the family banks. For most child victims, they'll get a rude awakening many years down the road.
We found that when some children become teenagers and have applied for their first car loan, they can't get it because another person owns their Social Security number.
A problem that has Utah officials banding together. Last year, state legislators passed a bill allowing parents to put credit freezes on their children's social after it's been compromised. But that doesn't go into effect for another 2 years. In the meantime, it's not always easy for parents to get information on their child's credit status.
You can run a credit check, but that is not going to necessarily pick up the problem.
Discouraging words for many parents. And if that's not enough, cleaning up a trail of credit fraud can be a daunting task.
We found out in August of last year, and we still have yet to clear up her number.
While Tyler sleeps peacefully, Mom is spending countless hours trying to resolve her daughter's financial future.
She doesn't understand the impact it's going to have on her, but down the road when she's trying to get a car or a student loan or anything, it could be a fun little ride for her.